So shout out to Novesity, right? The Sonya Massey cover up. We're gonna let him, finish this off right here, and then we're gonna check his other video out, skim through it, and I'm gonna end this live because this is crazy. Let's listen.
This is the distance of Sonya Massey's house and the hospital. It is an 11-minute drive. Now, where am I going with this? You're saying, no, where you going with this, buddy? What are you trying to show us?
See, that's the problem. Blessings, George, para, blessings, we on Lock Nations, blessings, how y'all doing? But George Parra, she didn't throw no boiling water at the officer. She was throwing it at the floor because she was trying to use the pot as protection. In her head, she thought that pot was going to protect her. See, for the people that really keep thinking that she threw the water at him, y'all need to go back and slow the video down as much as y'all can slow it down. And if y'all can't do it on YouTube, I got Cyberlink. I don't know what y'all use to edit y'all videos and stuff like that. But if y'all use, an app like Cyberlink and stuff like that, y'all could really slow it down to the point where you could see her. She thought she was defending herself with the pot. She wasn't throwing it at him. This officer was all the way wrong. So, I mean, I don't know if you're trying to say, that she did it, but no, she didn't. And there's enough proof out there to prove that she didn't do it. Yeah, that bull, Brandon Tatum, is very dumb. Like, I swear.
Hey, what is that? What is that address? Well, if I zoom it in, you see H. Anytime you see H, that means hospital. What if I click that? What did it say? What hospital? St. John's Hospital, the closest hospital to Sonya Massey's house. Wait a minute, St. John's? That sounds familiar. Wait a minute, St. John's? That sounds like something I know. Who works at? Wait a minute, St. John's? Who works there? Who works there? Can somebody in the chat tell me? 11-minute drive from Sonya Massey's house to the nearest hospital? The house where Sean Grayson shot and murdered Sonya Massey? Wait a minute. Something's not right here. Who works there, ladies and gentlemen? Can somebody say it on Facebook or YouTube? Who works there? You got it right. You got it correct. Sean Grayson's fiance works at that hospital. You heard me correct. Now, you don't believe me? Have a look. Registered nurse at HSHS St. John's Hospital. Registered nurse at St. John's Hospital. Self-inflicted gunshot wound. Self-inflicted gunshot wound. Sergeant with the flashlight. Where's the gun? There's no gun. She came at me with boiling water. There's no gun. Where's the gun? There is no gun. She came at me with hot boiling water. Let's take her to the hospital. What's the nearest hospital? St. John's Hospital. Are you connecting the dots, ladies and gentlemen? Do you understand what I found out? Are you connecting the dots, ladies and gentlemen?
That's true. Like I said, I mean, a lot of us are here just to bring awareness. We care about situations like this. It's up to y'all to go out there and actually do your own research and figure it out. Oh snap, was they right? Was they wrong? That's it. So we here to bring the news. We here to bring awareness, bring solutions to the table if we can. And
oh man, these people are just have a listen for yourself.
You want to run down real quick? 96. Is there anything you think we can do for? No. All right. I'm not even going to waste my med stuff then. You want to run down real quick?
No, right.
All right. House is cleared. She was the only one.
Where's the gun?
No, she had boiling water and came at me with boiling water. You shot her? Yeah.
You shot her? Yeah. But wait a minute. Wait a minute. Chat, didn't we just chat? Am I going crazy, or did we not hear something at the beginning? I could have sworn I heard something. I could have sworn we heard something, chat.
But later, dispatchers can be heard. Body cam video clearly captured Officer Sean Grayson shooting Massey in her kitchen.
Headshot wounded female. Headshot wounded female. Units on scene are 1078, shots fired.
But later, dispatchers can be heard saying they were told Massey died due to a self-inflicted wound.
They're now saying self-inflicted.
Explain this to me. You know, the family didn't find out that the day that this happened. The family found out the next day.
Why cover it up? See, what's crazy is they called it in as a self-inflicted wound. Self-inflicted. Then when all the other officers get there, they try to say that, they ask, where's the weapon? Then the officer says, no, I shot her. Like, really? All this over a pot of boiling water that she threw on the floor to protect herself. She wasn't throwing it at the cop. So if y'all pay attention to this case and y'all really, y'all really interested and y'all really care, y'all will connect the dots.
And they were told it was self-inflicted gunshot wounds. But ladies and gentlemen, you don't understand. If we did not have the body cam footage, do you get it? Do you understand what I'm telling you? If we did not have the body cam footage, they could have got away with this.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about a cover-up. We're not done. We are not done. Listen to this.
Really need to be talking about. She said her mother told her something like this was going to happen. Now I'm gonna roll the clip, but this is the scary part. She said she ain't gonna say no names. Y'all, protect this young woman at all costs. Now with that being said, I'm gonna roll the clip.
The last thing my mom told me when she talked to me is that she gave me specific names. I won't tell y'all, but she did tell me that the police was gonna.
Then that's why I keep saying throughout this whole time, I said it on the first part of this live, the second part of this live, and I'm saying it throughout this whole live. She was set up. Either Sonya witnessed something that she wasn't supposed to witness at that hospital between Sean Grayson and his wife, or something happened between Sean Grayson's wife and Sonya Massey in that hospital, and she came home to report it. But who she ended up with answering the door to was the same officer that was probably with Isabel Butterfield in that hospital. This is just a theory so far. I can't really say but so much until more evidence comes out, until more of the story unfolds, until we really find out until what happens. So far, all we can come up with is theories until all of this, everything that happened really does surface completely.
That the police are going to kill her.
Or these other people. And I'm like, why is that? And then after that, I didn't talk to her until like about 2 days later. She was like, she had told me her exact words is they gonna baby. And I got mad.
So Sonya Massey told her daughter, okay, this is the part where this is a little creepy. And I can't truly back this up. I give the facts, but
facts. That's what they were saying. Well, they were already saying that she committed suicide when her son went to the hospital. Facts. But her family's already, her family. That's why, shout out to this family, because they ain't quit, they ain't stopped. They're still fighting justice for her, and I feel as though they're going to get somewhere.
But Sonya Massey told her daughter that the police are going to kill her. Yo, I have no words for this. I have no words for this. I don't know what to think, what to say, but that's crazy. I have the full video of this discussion.
We had got to it, and I'm like, stop saying that because you're gonna speak out of find yourself. And then the day, like 30 minutes before she died, she called me and she texted me asking what I was doing, but I didn't reply because I was asleep. But the day before that, I talked to her and she was like, I love you. She always kept saying, I love you, I love you. And then she texted me, she said, God always win, and Mom loves you. And then I was supposed to go home with her that night too. But I was like, no, because I knew something was off. I was like, I'm just having my dad bring me in the morning. And the next morning came, like 8 o'clock that morning, I told my dad, so I could call my mom back. And then that's when he told me that she
Let me say this, and I don't.
Y'all gotta share this because I don't see a lot of influencers talking about this part at all.
Oh, I'm talking about it. I'm talking about a lot. I'm talking about a lot. And if you know me, I am not a conspiracy theory. Everything that I just finished telling you is fact. But when I got to this part exactly, I can't give you information on that. But if Sonya said to her daughter that the police are gonna, it's insane.
It's not something she knew, and I keep saying it. But you know what? Until everything comes out completely, we're not going to really know what happened.
And this one worked out. Said Butterfield in September of 2019. Now, this blows my mind. This was given an award for the Illinois.
I knew something was off. I was like, I'm just having my dad bring me. I knew something was off. I was like, I'm just having my dad.
I mean,
I hate that it doesn't have fast forward.
Sangamon County Sheriff's Deputy Scott Butterfield, center, is congratulating by his daughters, Isabel Butterfield on the left and Anna Butterfield on the right, after he was given an award for the Illinois Fraternal, Order of Police. I sounded like Brent Kump, for his on-duty actions. I couldn't pronounce that. Fraternal. Sorry, guys. Certain words I can't pronounce. Fraternal Order of Police from his on-duty actions that saved a life during a ceremony at the Sangamon County building Wednesday, February 5th, 2020 in Springfield, Illinois. Deputy Butterfield was one of the sheriff's deputies that received an automated external defibrillator that was, listen to this, donated through a grant from the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation in 2017 that provides AEDs to various departments in the state through the FOB State Lodge. It's something that all of us do every single day. You do your job, and if something happens, you respond to the call, and this one worked out. Said Butterfield in September of 2019. Now, this blows my mind. This blows my mind because that is Scott Butterfield. And
that's Sean Grayson's father-in-law, and that's Sean Grayson's wife, Isabel Butterfield, right here. It's to my left on the screen, but to y'all right probably on the screen.
That's her on the left. Is this the man responsible for getting Sean the job? Because it seems to me that this family is still on Sean's side throughout this whole mess.
Facts.
They are on Sean's Grayson's side. You don't believe me? Well, the letter that the grandmother wrote seems to be proof, because she's asking for, what about the family? I'll read that letter in a few. I want to get to new updated information. That hospital, what happened at a hospital? Because the hospital could tell the family, hey, your mother shot herself. Ooh, there's going to be a big problem here. I mean, somebody could actually go to jail. Somebody could go to jail. That's false information. Who said it? Who said that? I wonder who said that. I don't know. I don't know who said that. I wonder who said that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's a lot of dirtiness going on. It's a lot of that. I don't know. I'm just saying. We're going to get to that new video.
Now just 20 free blocks.
Oh, Narissa with the 10 super chat. Not sure if I'm right, but on the webcam, listen to the cop on the left side, leaning on the pole on what he's saying, what he says to the killer. That's when he and the sergeant walks out. Narissa, do you mind giving me a specific stamp? Or I need the poll on the left? Okay, Narissa, I'm going to, mods, can we copy and paste her comment in our cord real quick so I can remember that? And thank you for the 10. Metal Chick 82, guys, I can't feature your comments because it's not working, sorry. She says, justice for Sonya Massey. Thank you for all your hard work. No, you are so welcome. I do work hard. And
it's a fact. Justice for Sonya Massey. Justice, yo. Make sure y'all say her name loud and clear. Say her name loud and clear, so they'll never forget it. Sonya Massey. Anywhere where fear runs deep, heavy trigger cops don't think, they just sleep. Over a pot of boiling water, such a shame, a coward in blue playing a deadly game. Sonya Massey pleaded on her knees, I'm sorry, she cried, but he still squeezed. No heart in his chest, just hold him better. This feels like a setup by the trigger heavy hitter. A life taken too soon for what crime? Just a pot of water bubbling over time. No chance to explain or make it right. In the blink of an eye, plunged into eternal night. The headlights scream of injustice and pain as we mourn another life lost in vain. The system broken, hearts shattered apart by those who should protect with courage, not dark. Sonya Massey pleaded on her knees. I'm sorry, she cried, but he still squeezed. No heart in his chest, just cold and bitter. This feels like a setup by the trigger happy hitter. In a world so unjust, Sonya Massey lost her life. Blame thrown left and right, but just to show ignite. Say her name loud and clear, let the truth be near. In the shadows of deceit, her memory we hold dear. Amidst the darkness and lies that cloud her fate. A victim of cruelty and a cruel twist of hate. Whispers of the injustice echo through the night. Sonya's spirit lingers, demanding what is right. Sonya Massey pleaded on her knees. I'm sorry, she cried, but he still squeezed. No heart in his chest, just cold and bitter. This feels like a setup by the trigger happy hitter. In the shadows of the night, Sonya stood tall. I rebuke you, in the name of Jesus she called. The officer's eyes filled with venomous spite as he dared her. And I rebuke you in the dim moonlight. Sonya pleaded for mercy on bended knees. I'm sorry, she whispered, her voice filled with plea. But the officer's words cut through like a knife. A crazy bitch, she spat with hatred and strife. With courage in her heart, Sonya spoke clear and bold. Her name echoed loud as the story unfolds. Sonya Massey pleaded on her knees. I'm sorry, she cried, but he still squeezed. No heart in his chest, just cold and bitter. This feels like a setup by the heavy trigger hitter. In the darkness of despair, a cry for help was in the air. Sonya Massey, just 36, her mental health in need of fix. But a heartless cop's cruel hand ended her life without a care. Say her name loud and clear, let it echo far and near. Justice must be served, for Sonya's unfairly taken. May her story be a beacon, shining light on lives forsaken. Sonya Massey pleaded on her knees. I'm sorry, she cried, but he still squeezed. No heart in his chest, just cold and bitter. This feels like a setup by the happy trigger hitter. We lift our voices high to honor Sonya's name in the sky. Let it hover over their heads as a reminder of the cost of neglecting those in need and the lives that have been lost. So true. All right, y'all. So the rest of that video, if y'all wish, y'all can go check out Novesity. I hope I'm saying it right. It could be Novesity or Novesity. But I'm gonna surf through this video right here. It's called Sonya Massey's Revenge. He posted it 2 days ago. As y'all can see, he broke down the Sonya Massey case. And I'm not sure if he's breaking it more down. A lot of us is waiting for the updates to try to figure out what's happening in the court.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another podcast. My name is Nov. Welcome to Novesity. We are streaming both live on Facebook and YouTube. We're going to be talking about Sonya Massey for the last time this week. You know, I have been talking about this case with Sonya Massey, this beautiful, beautiful woman who lives out of
May she rest in
Illinois,
peace.
and
may she have paradise. May she have peace in paradise.
And what happened to her, we have covered for a while now, is tragic. Shot and killed, murdered in her home by an officer, a deputy, who did not have the proper training. You know, today what I have for you is I have documents of certificates from this man. I have a lot of things to show you, from videos to photos to pictures to people we are trying to connect to this and about this. You know, this is covering this for a week. You know, it hurts. You know, this doesn't have to be my child. This doesn't have to be my sister, my best friend, my mom. You know, I really do put myself in the other victim's position. And, you know, today, doing my research of what I did today, I'm going to tell you something. I am confident enough to tell you that this man is going to lose this case.
Yes, he is.
This man is not going to win this. No way, no how. And if he does, which I really don't believe so, but if he does, I think that there's going to be more than some heavy protesters in the street. I'll tell you that.
I think if this man wins the case, if he wins this case, a lot of people is going to start searching for some street justice for him. He's going to have to hide under the furthest rock. He's going to have to dig a hole underground where he can't be found, because they're going to try to give him street justice. People don't get it. There's going to be people rioting. There's going to be people, protesting. A lot of shit's going to pop off if this man goes free.
There's already people protesting as it is. They've been doing it every day. They've been doing it every week. They are trying to fight the right to be like, hey, this doesn't have to be somebody I know, but this isn't right. People know this isn't right. People know that what this man did is not right. They know. So I want to watch a video with you guys right now from CNN talking about this case. Watch it with me.
Who was killed by a sheriff's deputy earlier this month. Sonya Massey was gunned down in her own home after calling 911.
I noticed that. I've seen a lot of videos of people protesting, and it's crazy. Once again, I have a feeling that if they riot in one place, I mean, if no justice is served, right, on the day that justice is supposed to be served, they're not just going to be protesting there. I think there's going to be people protesting in different cities, and there's going to be people rioting. The riots will start from there, and they will go from city to city until something is done. But the crazy thing is, people riot, but it's like, man, I'm with the protesting. I'm against the rioting, because people that riot end up rioting in their own communities.
On about a potential prowler.
The body cam footage shows an exchange between Massey and the now former deputy Sean Grayson, which ended with Grayson shooting Massey and failing to render aid. The incident has once again renewed calls for police reform.
Sonya Massey called the police to deal with the potential intruder. And the irony, she was safer with the potential intruder than the police. She was murdered in her home by those she called for protection. Simply charging this officer with murder is insufficient without further action. We need systemic change, or the system will continue to tear Black lives from our communities and families.
She called for help, and instead she was gunned down in her home. And I felt that. There's so many people here, I think, who looked at it and said, that should not be happening in 2024.
Well, Grayson was fired and charged with murder. He has pled not guilty. The Massey family attorney is questioning why Grayson was even allowed to join the sheriff's department. Records show he was discharged from the army years ago for serious misconduct and had a history of driving under the influence.
Now, the reason why I showed you this video is because not only people have been relentlessly protesting about this every day, and mind you, the grandmother said, why are you protesting? You heard me correctly. Scott Butterfield, Isabel Butterfield's grandmother, is telling people, why are you protesting? Why? Because he shot her? It's kind of like so what if he shot her? Why are you protesting? That's not going to do anything. How are you trying to question people who want change? I have never heard of that in my life. That is another thing that I've heard of for the first time. I mean, I've seen people protest and other people questioning it, but to this degree, to this extent, now I don't see what happened with George Floyd, now with Sonya Massey. What happened to George Floyd is sad. Murder. This is like we are witnessing it through the body cam footage, raw, and just as if like we are witnessing a devil who was just on a killing spree. You understand what I'm saying to you? So it's like,
listen, what happened that day was a spiritual war. Sonya's spirit saw the demon in this officer. That's what happened. This officer tried to provoke Sonya, but Sonya kept calm. She could have threw that pot of water at him, but she didn't. She could have, but she didn't. She said when that officer was at that door talking to her, when he asked her about her mental, she said she was doing fine. She had just took her medication. She kept telling the other person that was on the phone that, the deputy is here, but she didn't want them. She wanted somebody else to come and help her. She was scared of this cop. For some reason, she feared this cop. The reason why is what we don't know. What happened in this hospital is what we don't know. So we do have to wait for more updates because this investigation has to go further. Question is, will they let us know? Or is it that the public is going to have to do the investigation themselves like they doing? So shout out to everybody that's out here actually, doing their thing. They out here. It's like a combination of Olivia Benson and Inspector Gadget, for real, for real.
I don't want to say that we need to put more pressure, but I'm saying you are the grandmother of your daughter's fiance. And you're going to tell people, forget about Sonya. It's about us, this family, this side of the family. I know you watch that body cam footage, just like the rest of us. Absolutely, you have. Yep. But there are clear as day indicators that this man was out for blood. Now, I want to talk to you about a few things about this video. And I'm not trying to say that I found more stuff. I think I covered.
I said the same thing. I said that this man went into this house that night with premeditated murder. This man had murder in his mind.
90% of the video. There is a couple of things that I'm missing from the blurred, unedited video of Sean Grayson's body cam footage on what he did to Sonya Massey. But what I'm trying to say is this man knew that she was not mentally okay. And I'm going to get to that part because rumor has it, this is new information that I'm sharing with you. Rumor, though, has it that the neighbor stated, she said that actually that officer that did this came and knew Sonya Massey. She claimed that he actually came a couple days before this. That specific officer, the neighbor, quote, quote, allegedly said this. And I'm thinking to myself,
that's what the family was saying.
So many signs to say that this man knew this. You got your dispatcher is telling you things. You got histories you could pull up.
Facts.
The son said a deputy came. He was at either him or his partner came. And a neighbor is saying the same thing.
Yep.
And even if all of this, let's say all of this didn't happen, which is bullcrap. It's bullcrap. He knew. You have people on which she called 911. And mind you, she hung up the phone. Sonya Massey hung up the phone, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Did you know that? Sonya was scared. And I have the audio recording. I'm going to show you that. Sonya Massey was scared. We knew that, but hold on. She was scared to even call to ask for help. I have the audio. It's just 23 seconds. I'm going to share it with you. So you have to find the number to call her back to say, you called us. You had the history. You see she went to the hospital. You know all this stuff. They have enough information.
Yeah.
The guy, Sean Grayson, at the beginning says, are you okay? Are you mentally okay? You asked her that.
So, like I said, why would he put her in that situation instead of calling in and saying, well, she seems like she's a little off right now. Like, she said she took her medication, but I don't think she did. I feel as though like something's happening. I suggest y'all send an ambulance because they will do that. Like I said, everything this officer did was wrong. He didn't turn that camera on until he pulled his weapon out. He could have de-escalated the so-called situation that he said another way if it did happen.
You're not going to win this case by far. And that's going to be the only way Sonya's going to get her revenge.
Facts.
And I know this is going to sound so evil. But listen, man. You know, and good. The right side, that's Isabel. This is Isabel. Isabel. The right side, that's have any balls. Like you couldn't, like these people couldn't have, and this is the family, by the way. This is the family. So this is his next family. So not his own family, but the right side, that's Isabel. This is Isabel. Isabel Butterfield, whatever these people are called. And this is Scott Butterfield, the guy that wrote that beautiful reference to get him hired. Okay. Next to Scott, I do believe that's his wife, which is Isabel's mother. I can't claim that for sure. Okay. I don't want to give you any wrong information. And Isabel's sister's on the far left. So, that being said, hold on, guys. Okay, never mind. So that being said, the parents of Scott Butterfield, well, the mother specifically, the grandmother who wrote that letter, it really shows this family. It does show. She would have never wrote that letter if they didn't know about it. Of course they're gonna know about it. She wrote the letter. The grandmother wrote the letter. Of course they know. He was a deputy. He could have easily swayed his mother to say, hey, Ma, don't do that. Don't write that letter. But she did. And we're going to go, I got the letter for the people that missed it. I'm going to show that letter. But I don't want to repeat some of the stuff that I've said in previous podcasts. You can go back to the previous podcast and watch some of the stuff that I already mentioned. I don't want to repeat myself too much, but I'm going to show some of the stuff that I already showed. So, you know, it just, these people could have done better. Now, Isabel, I want to talk about you for a second. I read the documents, Isabel. He put you as, what's the name? I'm so sorry. Forgive me, chat. When you die, the beneficiary, right? Is that correct? Like if he's deceased, all things go to her. You guys were getting married for sure. I saw, shout out to Cole, one of my moms. She looked, I can't say nothing, but I saw your Pinterest. You have all this marriage stuff. You was going to marry this man. It took Sonya, that beautiful, beautiful lady, to take her life away for you to lose someone who was a monster? Damn. Even in death, may Sonya rest in peace. She saved your life, Isabel. Where's anything towards the family? Isabel, he was your husband. You're the closest thing to this man. You have not said nothing publicly, nor to the family or anything. This shows. You know, sometimes.
That's why, I don't think she's going to say anything because I think she has parts in it. I think she is the reason why Sonya Massey is dead. Something happened in this hospital.
By you not doing nothing or saying nothing is a response. And it shows. Nobody can force you, but man, if Sangamon County active sheriff could come out and says, listen, I messed up. This is wrong, and I apologize. Which he ain't off the hook either. If he can do that, why can't you? I am very disappointed in this family. I am disgusted. It's so distasteful. Please, I want you to comment. I want you to comment for me, please. Because he pleaded not guilty. He thinks they wronged him. He thinks. And I read some laws for Illinois state, and I want to share this with you, but I want to see your comments right now. Comment to me right now. Do you think this man has a chance in today's law enforcement? He has a chance to, I'm going to make it simple, to be free, he's not guilty. I'm going to say it so plain for you.
During my one-on-one interview with Sangamon County Sheriff Jack Campbell, we discussed topics ranging from the history of Sean Grayson to whether Campbell will stay on as sheriff.
But when they snapped the way Grayson did, it's almost hard to predict.
Before becoming a Sangamon County deputy, Grayson had worked for 5 other departments, including the Logan County Sheriff's Office. We obtained his disciplinary file from Logan County, but Sheriff Campbell says his department never received those documents.
Why wouldn't that be something that you would always require?
We did.
I was told by Jeff that those documents, what came out from Logan County, you guys are not aware of those situations.
Correct. We did request them. When we call, we didn't ask for documents. We called it there. We didn't file a FOIA request. So we usually it's an informal process when you contact another police agency to send us what you have.
So if you didn't have his full background and stuff like that, why would you hire them as a sheriff? Like that's what I'm trying to figure out.
On them, is there anything over the phone verbally you can tell us about him?
I'm going to show you why I'm showing you this, because this is so I showed a little bit of this. I think it was 1 minute and 53 seconds. This is 8 minutes of this new video, and guess what? Sean Grayson lied on his application. He did say he did do a little check that was proof of something he did do correct. But
so that's what we was talking about yesterday. All right, so that's the video that I showed everybody yesterday, but hey, fuck it, let's listen to it again.
He lied, and I found something. He lied on his application to become an officer. I'm going to show you. You're going to be like, no way. I found something. Yes way. Watch.
To those documents, during a police chase that he was told to end, Grayson drove 110 miles per hour before striking a deer and damaging a squad car. Audio recordings reveal that Grayson's report was inaccurate, as he didn't check body cam video. A Logan County chief deputy said that while Grayson worked for the Auburn Police Department, multiple of Grayson's cases were not prosecuted. He added he thinks it's because of Grayson's history with inaccurate reports. Logan County wrote that Grayson needed more training.
Are these concerning traits from what we know now?
Since I didn't have that information, I cannot speculate on that.
I know, but now that you do have the information, when we look back 2020 hindsight,
it'd be speculation if I try to.
It'd be speculation. You can't answer the question? You can't answer the question because you know you are wrong. Oh my God. You're such a coward. You're a fool.
I try to go back with hindsight. I didn't have them. I made the choice I had based on the information I had, and that's what we have to live with. You know, Sonya called for help, and Grayson failed her. That was his job to give her the help that she called for. And I will never understand why he snapped the way he did. There was nothing in his background that would have led us to believe this would happen.
He failed Sonya. He failed Sonya, and you failed Sonya. You failed Sonya by hiring this officer. You say you didn't know about his background, but that's impossible. Why would you hire him if you didn't know about his background? How in the world is it that the world knows about his background, but you being interviewed right now, right? No, this didn't happen today, but my whole point is that at the point that he got interviewed, the whole world knew about his background. How come he didn't know about his background? How is that possible?
There's been some calls by some members of Sonya Massey's family and also board members on the Sangamon County Board asking Sheriff Jack Campbell to resign. When I spoke to the sheriff about this, he says he will not be leaving his position. I'm Carson Gordy. Back to you.
Thank you, Carson. Tune in at 6 o'clock on our sister station, News Channel 20, to hear how Sheriff Campbell says what changes could be in store for the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office. And Grayson is facing 3 counts of first-degree murder for the death of Sonya Massey. He is also facing charges of aggravated battery with a firearm and official misconduct. He pleaded not guilty to all charges. A judge denied him pretrial release, and he's set to be back in court later this month.
Do me a favor, guys. I'm getting ready to show you the document, and then we're gonna listen to Sonya's the return of the call, we're gonna listen to that. Do me a favor, hit the like button on YouTube. That would mean so much to me. Please, Facebook, hit the share button and hit the like. Okay. You guys have my permission to screen record. You can share it. You can do whatever you want. Okay. Nicole with the 2. Nicole says, hit the like button, guys. Nicole in the row is absolutely correct. Yeah, listen to Nicole now. Thank you, Nicole. Appreciate that very much. Let's continue the video. Okay. Remember what that sheriff says. He said this. He said, I didn't have the information about the other county he was in. You didn't? Okay. Wait, watch what I'm going to show y'all.
And attorney Ben Crump speaking out tonight after Sangamon County released 911 calls involving Sonya Massey. Dispatch received 5 911 calls in the days leading up to her death, both from Sonya and her mother.
I don't want you guys to hurt her, please. And please don't send no combative policemen that are prejudiced, please.
Okay, well, that will be done. They just do their job, okay?
No, they're all fucked up. They're scary. I'm scared of the police.
In a statement, Crump said, quote, the failure to provide the appropriate response to a mental health crisis has resulted in an irreversible loss for the Massey family and underscores a systemic issue that must be addressed, end quote. And make sure you stay up to date with all the latest updates in this story and others. Just head over to our website, foxillinois.com. And it has been nearly a month since a Springfield mother was shot and killed by a Sangamon County Sheriff's deputy. Sonya Massey was shot in the head by then Sangamon County Deputy Sean Grayson after she called 911 for help. The community has since held multiple rallies and protests and walks demanding accountability and change from the Sheriff's Department. And tonight, Sheriff Jack Campbell answering what changes need to be made to make sure this never happens again. Fox Illinois' Carson Gordy joins us now with the latest. Carson?
But when they snapped the way Grayson did, it's almost hard to predict.
Before becoming a Sangamon County deputy, Grayson had worked for 5 other departments, including the Logan County Sheriff's Office.
Keep this in mind. I'm about to show you something. They had enough proof. They had enough proof. I had to go through all these documents, and I'm trying to find something. I'm trying to be like, what? I'm trying to find something from Isabel to Scott to Logan County themselves. I found something from Logan County that I know that people can actually sue the hell out of Logan County and make this guy resign. I get it. What would that do to make him resign, Nove? He hired him. He did it. It goes through the process. It goes through him, not some other third-party company or nothing. No. I'm going to show you this document. That if you was to read his document, you're going to be like, how the hell did you hire this guy? Because he's saying that the other sheriff's office didn't give him enough information. Bullcrap. Watch this. Because Sean gave you enough of his own information for you not to hire him, you barnacle.
We obtained his disciplinary file from Logan County, but Sheriff Campbell says his department never received those documents.
Why wouldn't that be something that you would always require?
We did.
I was told by Jeff that those documents, what came out from Logan County, you guys are not aware of those situations.
Correct. We did request them. When we call, we didn't ask for documents. We call it there. We didn't file a FOIA request. So
you should have. You're hiring someone who is going to be able to pew. Make it make sense.
That's a fact. Like, yo, I have the same problem with the schools. I ask the same question about certain teachers. How do y'all miss certain things about certain people's backgrounds when you're about to hire them for a specific reason? Y'all knew that y'all had to hire an officer, right? They had to be on the field. They had to take calls, probably pull his weapon out, know when to not shoot, when to shoot. That was trained to deal with mental health patients, but in this situation, everything that y'all allegedly trained him for went out the window. Was it because the father-in-law gave y'all his word? Why is y'all trying to really protect this man so much? Like, damn, his father-in-law cannot be that important.
Make that make sense. That's like me hiring one of you guys in the chat. And I'm going to be like, Well,
I think you're cool, so
like
I'm going to just hire you.
You're wearing. I might just hire you for those shoes. You know, I'm going to hire you. I'm going to request the FOIA background, but I'm just going to hire you anyways. And if it don't come in, I'm still going to keep you. That's basically what it was.
That's the dumbest shit.
Usually it's an informal process. When you
McDonald's don't even do, like, none of these jobs do that. If you got a background and you a criminal, you think you're going to get hired?
Nope.
Chipotle is going to look at you and be like, no.
Contact another police agency to send us what you have on them. Is there anything over the phone, verbally, you can tell us about them?
According to those documents.
Verbally, yes. There's audio tape. How you didn't get this information? This is public information. Can somebody please tell me this?
God. Dude, I just asked the same question. I've been asking it for days, weeks. Like, what in the world happened? How y'all don't see this? By the time he got this interview done, the public already had his records. And you're telling me you couldn't find it? Well, if they couldn't give it to you, you telling me you couldn't search into it? You can't search for it? This shit is not making sense.
During a police chase that he was told to end, Grayson drove 110 miles per hour before striking a deer and damaging a squad car.
Oh yeah, if you didn't know, if you missed it, my man drove 110 miles per hour. I'm talking about this barnacle you hit on the left. He drove at 110 miles per hour, disobeyed his superiors' input on during the traffic chase, in which it shouldn't have been. He struck the deer. He violated policy. He broke the law. He turned off his sirens. He wanted to do a John Wick. He wanted to be on some secret. He think he's playing Call of Duty, the new Black Ops 6. He think he's some super agent going super fast. And he's stop it, bro. You're not a superhero. You a super
man. Yo, you forgot all of you mentioned all of them but one. This nigga's trying to be the next James Bond.
For zero. So let's be serious. And now you in jail, about to get butt rammed by some BBC. Get out of my face.
Video recordings reveal that Grayson's report was inaccurate, as he didn't check body cam video. A Logan County chief deputy said that while Grayson worked for the Auburn Police Department, multiple of Grayson's cases were not prosecuted. He added he thinks it's because of Grayson's history with inaccurate
So he learned this time from the last mistake. See, the last time he didn't check the video, the body cam video, before talking. So I guess this time he didn't want, to make another mistake, I guess. And he turned his camera off until he pulled the his pistol out, right? Not realizing that his partner still had his camera on.
reports. Logan County wrote that Grayson needed more training.
Are these concerning traits from what we know now?
Since I didn't have that information, I cannot speculate on that.
I know, but now that you do have the information, when we look back 20/20 hindsight,
it'd be speculation. If I try to go back with hindsight. I didn't have them. I made the choice I had based on the information I had, and that's what we have to live with.
Did you just hear what he just said? I'm glad. See, I know it's not like it's repeated on the same video, but they repeated it, but it's longer. He's trying. See, the guy said the information that you have now. I'm gonna try to make it simple. The information you have now would have been different. It's speculation, nigga. So you're telling me now with the documents you got from the other sheriff's office, it's still gonna be speculation? Be a man. Be a man and say, of course I wouldn't hire him. Now that I know this stuff, you can't. What's happening? It's 2024. Accountability doesn't exist. You're a super grown man, and you have the title. You're a sheriff. I'm just a guy living in New York City, and I'll be like, yes, you know what? I messed up, ladies and gentlemen. I messed up. I take accountability. I would have never hired him if I would have knew what I've known. But I'm going to show you guys what they did know.
Sonya called for help, and Grayson failed her. That was his job to give her the help that she called for. And I will never understand why he snapped the way he did. There was nothing in his background that would have led us to believe this would happen.
There's nothing in his background, right? Did you guys hear that? Watch what I'm going to show you.
Thank you, Parson. We also asked Campbell for an update on the second deputy.
How's he doing?
Oh, yeah, okay. Here's my problem. We're going to talk about the second deputy. My problem with the second deputy, people saying, no, he didn't do it. No, he didn't. You're right. He wanted to get the med kit.
All right, so he goes into documentation here. So I fast forwarded a little bit so that we can hear about the documentation that he has.
He worked where? Where did you work? Hold on. I want to go too crazy and put something that I'm not supposed to. So hold on. Where did you work? St. John's Hospital. You worked at—
Oh shit, he was working at St. John's Hospital. What, as a security guard?
At St. John's Hospital.
Who was he working as? A nurse?
Wait,
or a security guard?
Chat, that sounds familiar.
So that's how he met his wife. He met his wife at St. John's Hospital. But what was he working as? A security guard or as a nurse? Oh shit.
Who works at St. John's Hospital? He worked there as a security guard. And he wanted to work for a department, law enforcement department. Chat, I wonder who works there.
His wife.
He did. He worked there, ladies and gentlemen. This is his handwriting. This is I'm like, you know who works there, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have to spell it out for you.
Oh, I thought he was talking about his. So basically, he worked in the same place his wife did. She worked as a nurse. He worked as a security guard. I mean, he could have also worked as a nurse, but he worked as a security guard. I was like, it's one of the two, a nurse or security guard. Like, shit.
But watch this. Pawnee Police Department. Reasons for leaving. He gave people a reason for leaving. His history. Remember, he worked at other departments, but he kept on getting let go. He didn't do good in any of them. Look at his reason for leaving.
What was his reason for leaving?
Looking for full time. Looking for full time. You lied on an application. You didn't tell people you would let go, did you? Another police department. Reasons for leaving. Wanted to work for Sangamon County Sheriff Deputy. Reason for leaving. Sean, you lied. And that's not, I mean, you're a grown man. That's your reason for leaving. I wanted to work for this police. That's not a proper, that's not a reason. You lied. You lied.
So he said that he wanted to work for somebody else when in reality he got fired. Yo, how in the world did this sheriff didn't see all the red flags? I'm a little confused. So if they didn't send the file over, he just wanted to keep waiting for them to send the file over. I would have went and got the file myself before I hired anybody.
You lied on your application. You lied. You lied. You lied. You lied. You didn't. You messed up. Charged, anything, convicted, misdemeanor, felony offense. He put yes. Yes.
So it was a misdemeanor offense that he had. I thought it was a felony. He had a misdemeanor offense, and he has 2 DUIs. What was that misdemeanor offense that he had?
There you go. This is why Sonya Massey is not with us today. He put yes. 2 things that could have happened right here. 1, they didn't give a shit, and they took this bozo's mouth, his word of mouth. They took his advice. Hire him. Hire him. Hire him. I used to work here.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand what was so special about Butterfield's word that they just took it and hired this bull without looking at his background.
Okay. From one office to another office and to another one. I mean, you overlooked it. You really did. Now, I want you to take a look at this. I'm not sure so I can show. Look at all these certificates. Certificate. Law enforcement. Certificate. Look at this. Certificate. Sangamon County Sheriff's Office. What the hell did you certify to me? And what? What did you do? You know what you did? I'll tell you what you did. You certified a murderer.
Yep.
This certification seals the deal of the integrity of your office. So now it goes to show that he is a representation of your office. That means all your officers are null. They don't matter. That means that all of them needs to, because any one of them could be next because they're under your office. You are certified.
Yeah, so I wonder how many officers they sat here and certified knowing that they're not certified in reality, that they need more training or they need more help or they just shouldn't be in the field at all. I wonder, that right there gets you to think on some real shit.
Find these guys. How do I know who's next coming out there? Disgrace. Listen to this.
Well, I guess we don't get that.
Hello, 911.
Hello?
This is 911. We received a call from this number. Do you have an emergency?
Yes, I do.
What's going on there?
Somebody's trying to hurt me.
Somebody's trying to hurt me. She's afraid. YouTube, we have 3,000 people. We're almost there in likes, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody hit that like button for me on YouTube. I would appreciate that so much. I love you guys, and thank you for spending your Saturday night with me. I have no life. All I do is work, so I am so grateful for having you guys with me today. Thank you guys. I love you guys so much. YouTube and Facebook. Thank you.
Who's trying to hurt you?
A lot of them.
Who?
Well, never mind. Must not be the right number.
That's not what I said.
Look at that attitude. Look at this look at this attitude.
I ain't gonna sit here and lie. That's the one thing I hate about a lot of dispatchers, they attitude on the phone. Shout out to them dispatchers that sit there and they listen and, they help guide those that make them calls. Trust me, I've had experiences with a lot of disrespectful dispatchers that makes you, some of them make you want to pull them out from the fucking phone. It's like you're sitting here explaining to them the situation, and they're still like, stuck up, obnoxious, assholes. Like, some of them really are. Like, something serious is really happening, and you on the phone sitting here disrespecting me like you don't understand what the fuck I'm trying to tell you. Or, like, for example, there was this one time, right? I called and I'm telling the dispatcher, like, look, listen, man, this guy just got beat up. They really messed him up. It was a gang, a crowd. They messed him up real bad, and he's having a seizure. So we trying to help the ball out and everything. Lady on the whole phone, attitude. Well, you gotta do this. What I tell you, I'm saying, I'm like, like, what the fuck? I hung right back up, dial 911 until I got a dispatcher that I could sit here and really talk to that didn't have a fucking attitude. How the fuck am I going to sit here and answer your questions if I don't know what's going on? Some of these dispatchers need to have patience or not be there and, you know, do that type of work. I know it's not easy. I know it gets hard at times. I know that you get a lot of prank calls, but that don't mean take it out on every caller. I mean, but shout out to them dispatchers out there because there are a lot of them that are, you know, that deal with a lot of situations respectful. But I don't know why they have certain dispatchers there that, I don't know. It's like they make you feel like they don't want to be there or they don't want to hear what this call is about. Like, they're on the phone like, what the fuck is you calling for? Like, you just ruined my day.
She's afraid for her life.
Well, I guess we don't get that.
Hello, 911.
Hello?
This is 911. We received a call from this number. Do you have an emergency?
Yes, I do.
If it's an emergency and she's saying somebody's trying to hurt her, send officers now. Stop it. Send officers.
What's going on there?
Somebody's trying to hurt me.
Who's trying to hurt you?
A lot of them.
Who?
But never mind. Must not be the right number.
That's not what I said.
That's not what I said.
Even on the phone, you guys were so nasty that you pushed her away on the phone. Now I know why. Who can she call? Because she had a problem before and you guys were no help. You gave her attitude. She hung up. She was scared. She's going through mental issues. You know that and you're talking to her like that. She fears everyone. That's why she wanted to stay on the phone with the other guy on the phone in which he had an attitude with her. You guys are failing that whole entire.
I don't know about Chicago, but I know here in Philadelphia, they have, you know, they got trained officers to come out to help people with mental illness. Why would they send, you know, a regular officer that's not, I mean, they say that they're trained to deal with mental health patients, right? But there are officers that are specifically for this. Because when like the first time I called the cops for my brother, that we had to call the cops, like he was out of control and he was on the like, man. But anyways, we had to call the cops, right? And we didn't know nothing about calling, you know, telling them the dispatcher about sending the officers that are trained to deal with mental health patients. And I didn't know at that time that there was a difference, right? And so I had an encounter with that officer. Right here, face to face, to the point where I'm sitting here explaining to this officer what's going on, detail by detail, and I'm taking my time, right? And officer obnoxious as shit, trying to get me to repeat everything over and over. Like, dude, like, do you not speak English? I'm not even speaking hood right now. Like, I'm really speaking properly for you to understand what I'm trying to tell you. Aggressive. So I reported that officer, and after that, I learned that there are, you know, when you make the call in for someone that has special needs, you know, schizophrenia, autism, Down syndrome. I mean, there's a lot. But anyways, when they got special needs, these officers deal with the mental health patients in a different way, accordingly. Like, they wouldn't deal with them like they would deal with me or you. They really, you know, they know how to de-escalate the situation. They're trained for that. They don't pull out their pistols, none of that. Like, I've seen this in person. So shout out to those officers that are really trained to, you know, do those types of jobs. But I want the community to know that when you make these type of calls, and what's crazy is the mom called and warned them she had mental health issues. Why even call them? But what's crazy is they would have been there anyways because they was already en route. I don't know how far away they was, but allegedly they were supposed to be on another scene, according to the dispatch call. But they got there fast as hell. I mean, there's so many things to this case that make you think.
Sheriff's office needs a redo. A redo. Get the button, ladies and gentlemen. Redo. Like that, it's disgusting. You're so rude. She's telling you it is an emergency. I feel like someone's out to get me, a prowler, whatever. Dude, guys, do better. Every variable was set up for her to get killed. Everything. The whole system failed her. Everybody, Scott wrote this letter, okay? First to the protesters.
So Scott wrote this letter. So this is the father-in-law defending his son-in-law.
You're protesting. Sean is in jail. Charges are filed, trial date to be set, and punishment to be applied. Sean is not going anywhere. So please, knock off wearing out your sweat glands.
Yo.
So please, take your signs and go home and just be humans. Wow. So expressing your First Amendment means you're not human. What? Oh, oh my gosh, I was about to say something. Forgive me. I gotta be nice. Matter of fact, you guys can do it for me. Not to the amusement or disgust to the public. Did you hear that? Point number 2. Does anyone care about Sean's family and what horrifying reality they are dealing with?
What horrifying reality is his family dealing with? Like, is you serious? This man shot a defenseless woman. One that wasn't trying to hurt him at all. She didn't have that pot of water when he told her to put it down. He shouldn't have gotten that close with the pistol pointing at her.
What about his fiancée he was to marry in October? She is an innocent young woman who also is unfairly being persecuted. Well, I'm not persecuting her grandmama. I'm not. I just want her to come out publicly and express her thoughts on this and to ask her if she has any connection towards this or if she ever talked to Sonya. That's all. I will never persecute the innocent. I would never do that. If she really has nothing to do with this, then she doesn't have nothing to do with this at all. But I'm here to get the facts. And everyone is a suspect. And to further notice, let's continue. Quote, does anyone care about the destruction of her life? She is left to deal with an emotional death.
Sonya Massey's family is left to deal with an emotional death. They killed, listen, man, he killed a mother, a daughter, a friend, a cousin, a sister, somebody that a lot of people cared for. And they was trying to get her help. She was trying to get herself help. And instead of getting her help, this man takes her life. Petty for him? Bitch, please.
What are you talking about? She is left to deal with an emotional death? You better not be talking about Sean because he's in jail. Are you talking about Sonya? Because you're gaslighting us to think that she's not okay over Sonya? She doesn't even know Sonya, but if she does, why would you say she's left to deal with the death?
Right?
Does she know Sonya?
Does she?
I'm just asking questions. Why would you say she's left to deal with an emotional death? That's something you would tell that to the family, not her. She has nothing to do with this. Sean's future-in-law's families. A to-be father-in-law who is a close to Sean as a father can be.
What happened at that hospital?
Oh boy. A future mother-in-law, sister-in-law, and brother-in-law who is Sean's friend. Future grandparents who loved Sean dearly and still do. So you love a murderer, is what you're telling us? Grandma, you love a murderer? Well, good job. Good job. You love a murderer. I'll get to the super chats. I know Ross James and Peach sent super. You both are on fire with the super chats on YouTube. Wow, incredible. Incredible. Future grandparents who loved Sean dearly and still do. Shock, disbelief, and reality, but an underlying support for Sean. You just admit that you support Sean still. It's good to know the mindset of this family. You just proved it to us. So you support him. Mama, he pleaded not guilty. By you supporting him for that plea, that means you agree that he was in a right to do that because that's what he believes. He believes he was wrongfully terminated.
Yeah. I mean, in a way, I understand why his family is defending him, but he was still in the wrong. Like, regardless of anything, like, shit. I wouldn't have done this. I wouldn't have, made a fool of myself knowing that my child was guilty or something like this. Nah, my child is guilty. My child is guilty.
Wrongfully terminated, in which the union pulled back and said, we're not going to support you, buddy. It's not happening. And even when the union pulled back, you still support him. We're talking about the union, ladies and gentlemen, pulled back. I was like, nah, you're guilty, bro. It ain't happening. You're done. But you still support him? You guys, you're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. The past cannot be relived. The future is unknown. We only have each day to pray without ceasing. That's corny as fuck. You sound dramatic. Please go away. Ill. The Sean everyone desires to hate and persecute is not the Sean we have all known and loved. Well, sweetheart, get to know him. We will always support Sean. Judge not, lest ye be judged. No man, woman is without sin.
What?
She pulled out Bible quotes from someone, Sonya Massey, who's a Christian herself. There is no final judgment for all. Excuse me. There is a final judgment for all. Proud grandmother to be of Sean Grayson. What do you mean to be? He's in jail. He's done. What do you mean to be? She's gonna. What do you mean to be? That's grandma. Stop it. Stop it. You're pulling Bible quotes as if like we're gonna be on your side. As if Team Sean was justified for shooting a woman with hot water. Yeah. We're on your side, grandma. Yeah. Because you wrote that. Yeah. You didn't write the letter to the family. You wrote a letter to the public, to the editor. You should have wrote it to the family first. Yeah, grandma. Yeah, we're on your side. That's what you want to hear? Yeah. You forgot a sin? Thou shalt not kill. You forgot about that, grandma. Right? You can write. You can have your little Drake Twitter fingers. You can do all this stuff that you want. You can do all. At the end of the day, you can write this letter all you want. But number one, it's not bringing back Sonya Massey, which you should reach out to the family. And number two, it ain't going to take Sean Grayson out of jail. You wasted your time writing this letter. You really did. You wasted your time. You should have done.
Well, and listen, man, I feel as though like the grandma thought she was going to get somewhere by writing this letter. She was going to get people to feel sympathy, compassion for her grandson. I mean, her son, grandson-in-law, yeah, because that's the grandma. Her grandson-in-law, like, damn. But no, it's not going to work like that, especially like those that have seen the video, they have slowed the video down all the way to the point where we seen that Sonya Massey didn't have that pot. She surrendered. And he still squeezed.
Done something positive. You made the family look wrong. But it's about doing what's right. You didn't do that either. As of the story, okay? It's a terrible video. I did see it. I don't recommend nobody seeing that. Yeah, it's messed up. Let me see here real quick.
Update on a case we've been following out of Illinois. The 911 calls that led to the fatal police shooting in the Sonya Massey's home were released. That came along with the deputy's personnel file. ABC's Alex Perez has details on both.
Newly released. All right, so I'm gonna end it here with the 911 calls, y'all. Like, this is crazy. I want y'all to hear the calls. For those of y'all that haven't heard it, you can also play, part 1 of this live and hear the calls. But for those of y'all that are watching right now, didn't hear it and can't catch part 1, so that y'all can hear it because he does have it here.
911 and dispatch audio shedding more light on the police shooting of Sonya Massey.
Hello, hi, Jessica. This is No from Novesity. How are you?
Hey, I'm fine. How are you? Thank you for calling me. Oh, I tried to get a hold of you yesterday. I paused this. I'm sorry.
No,
yes, I have a story to tell. Thank you for calling me. Yes, I have a story to tell you. My son has moderate hearing loss. He has a disability. He has weird hearing aids. He had a U-Haul truck one night, and he had rented it. He fully rented it. And he had his hearing aid batteries, they had died on him. So he took his younger brother with him to help him DoorDash one night. Well, they were reporting him around Charlotte as robbing people, but they wasn't. They were DoorDashing. I don't know why I don't know what happened there. All I know is that I had a police officer call me, and they said they had my son in handcuffs. Okay. I was like, why? What's going on? What's going on? They couldn't tell me. So I called right back. I was really upset. My son calls me, and he says, Mom, they pointed guns at me. They pointed guns at me in Dakota. My son was 20 years old. My other son was 14. I'm telling you, about 11 cop cars pulled them both over and draw guns on both of them. And this makes me so upset, I just want to cry.
It's okay. It's okay. You can cry. It's okay. We have a lot of support in the chat. I know.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. You can cry.
This right here really tears me up with Sonya because it brings back a lot of emotions from that. Anyway, and they draw guns on both my kids, and my son, he couldn't hear them. He didn't understand what was going on, and they were taking it. The police officers was taking it like he was being smart, and he was not listening to them. And they thought he was being, wasn't listening to them, wasn't paying attention to them, but he couldn't hear them. But whenever I finally I called back. I finally talked to an officer, and when I told him my son cannot hear, his hearing aids aren't working right now. That's why his little brother is helping him. When I told them that, immediately. It still doesn't register the fact of what they've done, but they immediately went to my son, took the handcuffs off of him, and it's just
you want to tell me that the officers couldn't tell that he couldn't hear?
No, he had hearing aids in, and they didn't know. They thought he was like rebelling against them. Like they all had guns, and he was like asking them, "What's going on?"
What is his name? What is his name?
His name Nicholas.
Nicholas what?
Nicholas Martin.
Okay, and he had hearing aids, right?
Yes, he had hearing aids. He has a moderate hearing loss. He cannot hear at all without his hearing aids. Well, his batteries wasn't working. He didn't have the money to get them that night, so he asked his brother to help him with DoorDash. Now, his little brother was 14, so he would go run into restaurants and he'd go grab the meals and come out to the truck and they'd go deliver them to the, to the DoorDash, the resident. Well, yeah, my 14-year-old comes out of the restaurant and he drops. They had all the police officers shooting. I mean, they had the guns pointed at my 14-year-old son. He had dropped the bags on the ground, and I don't know. I don't know what would have happened if I would have called. I don't know. It's a traumatizing thing. Whenever the Sonya Massey thing, I feel so sorry.
Ooh, that's crazy, but this is content. Let me, go to where he's putting the audio call in. I didn't mean to stop it like that, but that is his, his little content right there.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
My focus is more towards the audio call.
I get that, but you know what? He still was in the wrong for drawing the gun on her.
I just reached 815.
You guys are following my calls. I'm sorry. I got to.
You're here and tell me you didn't know all of this.
With this, because they're not taking accountability as an entire sheriff's office. They're loosening the chain and cutting the rope from Sean to take full accountability on him to make it look like they're okay. So basically, they're taking the light and shining it on him as well as the public. So
you're very right about that.
So the sheriff's office is like, no, we're with you. Yeah, Sean is terrible. Yeah. But once you say you hired him, oh, no, that don't count. You know what I'm saying?
They're claiming ignorance on that part. We hired him, but we didn't know about his background. You're going to say, what's the first thing that comes to mind when someone tells you, oh, I've had this many jobs in such a short amount of time? The first thing you ask is why? Like, what? His guilt, the conscience was telling him, hey, man.
He knew Isabel. It's too much of a coincidence. And of course, the dates kind of match up. I just can't fathom. There's nothing to say. It's just
you don't want to tell me. And I'm like, what does the car have to do?
They're gonna call me silly by stating facts. You know why? You someone you can't handle it. That's why. You just in this case, why did he act like that? In your opinion, Mary? Love it.
Really hard for me to say, but So this information could be tied together, and it could have been an inside job conspiracy. It's crazy.
YouTube, to get all of your perks, you have to join Discord. It's a must.
Sheriff's office, one you called.
She was doing, but I do personally from seeing it myself in church and seeing people do it and seeing it around.
We are 300 more likes away from our goal. 300. We will hit the highest goal.
Sheriff's office.
All right, my bad. I'm fast forwarding it because, that was his personal content right there. I guess I'm not sure if he was having like a little interview, a little, open panel, but my focus is more on the Sonya Massey. I'm trying to see where he gets to the audio because he said he was going to play it unless he got thrown off. So let's see.
2 houses down.
So for those of y'all that missed the clip, y'all can watch it now.
Okay. I know what's in here. Go ahead.
Remember, guys, join the Discord. Remember, if you're a member on both Facebook and YouTube, to get all of your perks, you have to join Discord. It's a must. It's a 100% a must. Join Discord. That is when you get any current live updates. I still post on Facebook supporters group and YouTube supporters group. Don't worry about it. That's your main perk. But join Discord so I can give you your color badge on Discord. I get to put you red for YouTube, or if you came from Facebook, I put you color blue. Okay. If you see somebody in orange, that means they are an executive. All right. Jungle Life, welcome to the family.
She was yawning inside. So hold on. You coming to the door or not?
I cannot stand his attitude, chat. I don't know what you guys.
Hurry up.
He didn't want to be there that day. That's the problem.
They're gonna treat you nice in jail. They're gonna treat you nice in jail.
Sheriff's office, the one you called.
Sheriff's office, the one you called.
Please don't hurt me, y'all. Please don't hurt me, y'all.
That's what I was telling you.
You called us.
We're not gonna hurt you. You called us.
So what'd you hear?
Somebody outside my house.
Is this your car over here? Please. Is this your car over here?
I'm looking for the part where he says about her mental state or something like that.
He's gonna play. Let her play. Let her play.
Oh, well, we checked your yard. We walked around the whole block. We didn't see anybody. Right? We don't. We checked the whole area. There's nobody out walking around.
I know, y'all. Please, God. I'm trying to get help, y'all, but
What do you need help with?
nothing. I just, please, God. I don't know what to do.
Doing what? What do you need help with?
Nothing. I just wanted to see if I could help.
What do you want help with?
Huh?
What do you want help with?
I heard somebody outside.
Yeah, we checked your house. We checked your backyard. I walked all the way through all these backyards. We checked your front yard. We didn't see nobody. So nobody's out here.
You didn't see anybody?
Nope.
No.
Check the whole area.
Okay.
What took you so long to answer the door?
Oh, I was trying to put on some clothes, sir. I'm sorry. I was trying to get
I got you. All right. Is there anything else we can do for you?
Huh?
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Now, see, I want y'all to notice how she was going to close the door right there. And that's what I kept saying throughout the live. That's what I said on the second part of the live. He said, is there anything else I could do for y'all? She was about to close her little storm door, but he asked for ID.
All right. You doing all right mentally?
Look.
You're doing all right mentally. There we go.
There you go. My bad.
You knew. That sums it up for me. That sums it up for me.
My bad. That's what he says first. That's what he says first.
Sums it up for me. That sums it up for me. It pisses me off. Are you all right mentally? You know. You saw it on your little computer dashboard. You know it. Stop playing games, bro. You shot a mentally ill individual. You had.
That's because I don't think he saw the dashboard. He was already en route to that house. He was already en route to that house when the dispatch sent the message. Well, you know, right? Yeah, you're right. You're right. When dispatch sent it down, they sent the message through the little computer too. You could be right. It doesn't matter if they was en route already or dispatch told them to be en route. You make a point. Damn, I didn't even think about it your way.
There's nothing that's gonna. You can't win this. You can't. There's nothing you can do, Sean. You're done. You're done. You're done. This is what I wanted to hear. I wanted to make sure that I heard that correctly. You're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. How you gonna act if she's okay, but pull a gun on her face? Make me sick. Smoking facts. I am seeing comments. Bonnie Rudolph says, "Where is the accountability of the 5 of this police departments? They fired him." This is a great question. Look at this. Oh, sorry. Let me get this thing off my screen. This beast. Where are you at? Get him off my screen. This is a very good super chat. I like this question. There isn't none. That's why they're not taking any questions from no one. They haven't. None of the other precincts. They don't want to. They know he's a disgrace. They know that. That's why they're ignoring everyone's interviews, comments, stations, everyone. Every anchor's input. They're ignoring everyone. They know. I love y'all. Thank y'all.
All right. That's not your black car, though.
She just dismissed you. Why you keep going?
That should be.
That's a fact. He was already dismissed. He shouldn't have been in her house at all, especially knowing that she had mental issues.
What is it? You don't know?
Should have called it in.
They brought it to my driveway.
And just left it?
Mm-hmm.
He should have called it in. That's it.
Yeah, I'll try that. Yeah.
Stephen, thank you.
Anyone else live here with you? Somebody else?
David Mary 43556.
Now look.
Oh, he tried so hard to enter the house. I can hear it. Wait, why is this audio clear? Wait a minute. Can I get your ID? Can I get your name? Wait, what? Why is he pressuring her to get in the house?
19 out of 20.
Does anyone else live here?
David Mary 43556.
So do you live here by your... You got a name and ID? She dismissed you already, bro, twice. She said, why? To say that we spoke to you. You don't need ID.
And he did all that when the other officer stepped away. I mean, this officer, I feel as though he had something to do, but then again, I don't want to put my foot in my mouth. He probably didn't know what was going on and then caught on, but he shouldn't have been in the house. He's been dismissed. Bye.
Look. God, look, you didn't hold the door for your partner. You're so sketchy because you knew your body cam footage is off. Sean, I didn't catch that before. I just caught that just now. I just caught that just now. You're so scummy, bro. God, I am so.
Yo, he didn't hold the door for his partner. He was supposed to. Ain't that, he was already, this man had premeditated murder in his mind.
Oh, are you not mad? Like, I'm angry, bro. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Give me one quick second, real quick. Here is that part. Where's the part where the guns were drawn? There we go. Okay.
Fine here.
Okay.
Here, grab your ID for me.
Okay.
Your ID. One task at a time. So let's do an ID, and then you can dig around for your paperwork.
I don't know where my ID is.
She doesn't need. She doesn't need to give you. You're pestering her. No crime has been committed.
That right there, maybe.
She asks you for help.
1 second.
Check on her.
I need this.
No, we don't need a fire while we're here.
All right. Let me see. Hey, where are you going? Where are you going?
Y'all see how she wasn't laughing? He was laughing. He was the one laughing. That's why I said that officer Tanton that was talking in Indisputable earlier when I showed y'all the video, that man tripping. He don't know what the fuck he talking about.
Water.
Away from my husband in the water?
Yeah.
Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
And what was the point of drawing your weapon? Now, I'm not going to continue the video because, I don't want to show nothing that's going to get me demonetized or anything graphic. But the officer, what a professional, decided to the second one. I will never understand that. And you repeated him. You sound just as stupid. I'm not on his side, ladies and gentlemen. I know people are going to say, but he didn't do it. You got stop. It's double threat. She's looking at this, guys. She's looking at both of them. But am I doing something wrong? And I'm mentally not okay. But for him to add more pressure to her as a threat, she didn't pose. She didn't do anything.
Yep, that's a fact. All right, y'all. If y'all haven't checked him out, Novesity, check him out. This is Sonya's Revenge, and as y'all can see, he has broken down this case his way. I'm not gonna where am I? Okay, I'm over here. I'm back on StreamYard. All right, I'm not gonna bring up the case again until we have more updates. I've shown y'all as much as I can within these 3 lives. If I keep showing, it's going to be me repeating myself. It's going to be repeating the clips over and over. So I'm waiting to get more updates. When I get more updates, then I'll do another live. This is an open panel. I mean, this has been an open panel, but nobody has come up. So till next time, y'all, let us shorty know what y'all think. Like, this is crazy. Like I gave y'all my opinions. Like, y'all know how I feel. I've been 5 hours on this though. Like, justice for Sonya Massey, yo. Make sure y'all say her name loud and clear. My next the next live I do, I think we're gonna be talking about Kwame Brown, Judge Joe Brown, on Kamala Harris, and then I'm gonna be speaking on the downfall of Vince McMahon. So stay tuned to those lives, and I will give you an update on, whenever they give us an update on the Sonya Massey case. Hopefully she gets justice. This man stays behind bars. Like, it's crazy. Officer Shannon was making it seem like they're only doing this to please a crowd, so there'll be no riots. People are already protesting. Like, and if y'all just locking him up to release him, shit gonna go left. Man, let us shorty know what y'all think about the situation, about, what's going on. What can we do, to change future laws so that something like this doesn't happen the way it happened to Sonya Massey? Like, enough is enough. We want to change these laws. See, I can get together on these meetings that we have. We could talk about this. Like, something has to give. So when we get to the meetings, talking to the mayors, the senator, and the governors, like, hey, we could request. We got to make a change. We got to do something about these trigger-happy cops and them not doing deep backgrounds on these officers. They got to come out here and protect themselves. I mean, I would love to hear the different types of opinions that y'all got. What can we do to, better the law? What types of laws can we do? What type of changes can we make? But on that note, till next time, this is your shorty Rachel. I hope all of y'all have a blessed night. And I'll see y'all on the next live. Say her name, loud and clear, so they'll never forget. Sonya Massey. Anywhere where fear runs deep, happy trigger cops don't think, they just sleep. Over a pot of boiling water, such a shame, a coward in blue playing a deadly game. Sonya Massey pleaded on her knees, I'm sorry, she cried, but he still squeezed. No heart in his chest, just cold and bitter. This feels like a setup by the trigger happy hitter. A life taken too soon for what crime? Just a pot of water bubbling over time. No chance to explain or make it right. In the blink of an eye, plunged into eternal night. The headlights scream of injustice and pain as we mourn another life lost in vain. The system broken, hearts shattered apart by those who should protect with courage, not dart. Sonya Massey pleaded on her knees. I'm sorry, she cried, but he still squeezed. No heart in his chest, just cold and bitter. This feels like a setup by the trigger happy hitter. In a world so unjust, Sonya Massey lost her life. Blame thrown left and right, but just to show ignite. Say her name loud and clear, let the truth be near. In the shadows of the sea, her memory we hold dear. Amidst the darkness and lies that cloud her fate. A victim of cruelty and a cruel twist of hate. Whispers of the injustice echo through the night. Sonya's spirit lingers, demanding what is right. Sonya Massey pleaded on her knees. I'm sorry, she cried, but he still squeezed. No heart in his chest, just cold and bitter. This feels like a setup by the trigger happy hitter. In the shadows of the night, Sonya stood tall. I rebuke you, in the name of Jesus she called. The officer's eyes filled with venomous spite as he dared her. And I rebuke you in the dim moonlight. Sonya pleaded for mercy on bended knees. I'm sorry, she whispered, her voice filled with plea. But the officer's words cut through like a knife. A crazy bitch she spat with hatred and strife. With courage in her heart, Sonya spoke clear and bold. Her name echoed loud as the story unfolds. Sonya Massey pleaded on her knees. I'm sorry, she cried, but he still squeezed. No heart in his chest, just cold and bitter. This feels like a setup by the heavy trigger hitter. In the darkness of despair, a cry for help was in the air. Sonya Massey, just 36, her mental health in need of fix. But a heartless cop's cruel hand ended her life without a care. Say her name loud and clear, let it echo far and near. Justice must be served, for Sonya's unfairly taken. May her story be a beacon, shining light on lives forsaken. Sonya Massey pleaded on her knees. I'm sorry, she cried, but he still squeezed. No heart in his chest, just cold and bitter. This feels like a setup by the happy trigger hitter. We lift our voices high to honor Sonya's name in the sky. Let it hover over their heads as a reminder of the cost of neglecting those in need and the lives that have been lost.
Oh, hi, Mrs. Sterling. We're going down to parking.
Where are you off to?
Mr. Sterling has the